Hello everyone, this video is about user authentication. It means we have two video. Okay, this first video is just for registering a user and also the validation. Okay, if you press the sign up button, this is we will perform registration and also the validation of these input fields in this registration form. But in the second video we will perform login functionality. Okay, so let's first of all move to our home page. Okay, this is the demo that I am showing to you. Okay, this is the home component, and let's press registration. So we came here, if we are already registered, so we can move to the login component. Okay, but right now we didn't implement the login. We will implement that in the second video. So if you press this, say these things are required. Okay, so we can also display these messages down from every input field, but I displayed them on the top. So let's now input these things. Let's, for example, I would like to remove this. Okay, let's press sign up button. What happened? See, it is not corrected. Let's write like this, sign up button. See, password is required. Okay, just password is required. This error message didn't display because these both are equal, both are empty right now, empty equal string. So let's write something inside this. Okay, sign up. See, password should be at least 6 character and confirm password not match with the password field. Let's write correct password and also correct password. See, whenever now we press sign up button, we will be register a new user. Okay, let's press sign up. See, register successfully. It means that we registered a user inside our server. Okay, we are using JSON server. We would like to perform this operation with JSON server. So you will learn all about JSON server in this video. Okay, so we came directly to the login page. This was the first video. In the second video we will perform login functionality. First of all, watch this video, then move to the second video. Okay, I hope this video will be very helpful for you in authentication, authenticating a user and also validation. So now let's get started. Okay, to perform these operations. So for this registration, first of all I will create a new project. Okay, so this is a React auth folder which I have created. Okay, this is an empty folder. Okay, I opened it in VS Code. So now let's move to the terminal and we will create our project. We'll write npm create with. Okay, with is used to create our app. Let's press enter. Let's assign a project name. Project name is registration, or we can assign it auth, just simple auth. Okay, press enter. Which framework you are using? We are using React.js. Select it, and we are using just JavaScript. And now let's move to our auth folder, cd auth, and inside the auth now I will write this npm install to install the essential those packages and dependencies. Npm install. Okay, press enter. So it will install all the packages and dependencies. The packages has installed. So now let's run our server. Okay, so this is the command npm run dev to run our React app. Npm run dev. So press Ctrl and press on this URL, so it will open React app for us. See, this is our default React app. Okay, so now we will change all this user interface and to write our own registration form. This is the first video for registration. Let's check our app. But before everything, I will move to the terminal and I will create another terminal, and inside that I will install a few packages. Okay, important packages that I need. Okay, the first one is npm, and that is npm Axios. Axios is HTTP request and response library that we will use in our project, and also the Bootstrap, which I will use for designing. Then React router DOM, which is used for routing. Okay, navigating from one component to another component, and JSON server, which is a fake server that we will create our database. And I think these three libraries. Okay, so let's press enter and install these packages. Yeah, these packages has also installed. Let's delete this terminal and let's close the terminal. So this is the src folder where we will write our code, our logic. Okay, and now let's remove the default code in this app.jsx. I will remove all this code. First of all, we'll create a div element. Let's also remove this and remove all these things and remove the code, css code from app.css and also index.css. So this is our entry point, okay, the main.jsx, and here we have imported this app.jsx. In app.jsx now we will write our code. Okay, so the first thing is that we should create our registration form, but before registration it is better to create our components. Okay, so first of all, those components that we would like to have in this application, we will create them. Let's create a folder, components, and inside this I will create first of all registration .jsx, and I will use shortcut RAFCE, React arrow functional component export component. Okay, so this is a shortcut that we will use through this extension. I will show to you. Search in this, come here to this and search here React. After searching this, see this extension, just install this extension. Okay, I have already installed it, so you can use those shortcuts. And let's create now another component, and which is by the name of, let's create here, and that is login.jsx, and we should create a home.jsx also. For now we have these three components, okay, home, login, and registration. Now let's come here to the app.jsx. We will perform our React router DOM. Okay, it means that we will just implement our router, okay, React router. So for that we need first of all to import the React. Okay, import React router DOM, browser router, routes, and route. We will import these import from React router DOM. Okay, after importing them, so now I will use them. Okay, instead of this I will use browser router. Inside this we will use routes, and inside routes we will implement our route now. And in this route we have two attributes. The first one is the path. This is for home component, element is equal to with the home component. Here we will import the home component. The home component has imported, so let's close it. Now let's create another route that would be for registration. Yeah, let's import registration component. Registration has imported, and shift alt down arrow, and it will create a copy of that, and this is for login, and here we will import the login. So now let's move to the browser, and let's close it and just come here to the Microsoft Edge. Right now we are at the home component. Let's move to registration. If you move to login, we will move to login components. That's okay. So now let's create a navbar, okay, which will be existed on the top of home component, and where from navbar we will move to registration or login. So let's move to our create a navbar. So to create a navbar, for that we will use, I am using Bootstrap. Okay, before we install the Bootstrap, so for that let's use the Bootstrap. Let's write Bootstrap 5 navbar. Okay, we can write it manually, but it will take time. It is just HTML code and the Bootstrap classes that we are using. Let's copy this code. Okay, we will customize it after copying it. So now let's create a new component inside this. That would be navbar.jsx ifce, and instead of this code I will paste that code. And now let's close these tags. Okay, close it, close it, and yeah, the error has gone. Now let's format our code, format document. So after formatting the document, this is our now bar. Now I will change this now bar to link. Okay, it means whenever we press this, we should move to our home page. So for that we need to import link from React Rotterdam. That is okay. Okay, let's change it to the link. And also instead of href, we will use now to property. To is equal to home page. It will move to this route. And also let's remove all these things, we don't need this. And here we want just to in this let's remove all this code, I think. Yes, no, let's remove the URL. After removing the URL, so here I will remove this. I will just leave this button, move this, Control Z it, and instead of this button we will create two link. To is equal to, we will move directly to registration. Last name button. Yeah, I think let's leave it empty. Now let's check it. Okay, first of all, how it looks like. This is, let's move to home page. Yeah, first of all we should import now bar. Just come here to the app.jsx and here we will import that, or we should import it inside the home page. Okay, because we need just at the home component. Sorry, we should write it here now bar. I think no bar. So yeah, no bar has imported. Let's save it and let's check it now. I think we faced with an error slash no bar. No bar has imported. Let's check the no bar. Where is the error? Link no bar and link to slash registration. Let's check it now. Refresh the page back. Let's close this page and come here, paste it and refresh it. Yeah, it looks like this, but we should import the bootstrap. So let's import bootstrap. Import bootstrap slash dash slash css slash bootstrap.main.css. Save it. See, it looks like this now. Okay, so whenever we press this registration, we should move to the registration component. So now let's create our registration component. Okay, so for the registration I will come here again, registration, bootstrap forum, or sign up forum using bootstrap. I will just find a template or a sign up forum. So this is a simple forum which I have created. Okay, I just copied this code. Okay, code from this, but I have customized it. Okay, I added the email, this code. Okay, so this is a simple registration forum. Okay, you have the code link in the description, so you can copy the code and you can use it. Okay, this is just HTML code, nothing else. Okay, in the bootstrap designs. Okay, there is nothing else in this code. Input forums. Okay, and at the last we have a link of React Rotterdam. Okay, to move to the login page. Okay, this is a route to login page. Okay, if someone has the account, so he can move to the login page like this. Okay, So now let's add validation. Whenever we press this sign up button, we should add validation. If the first name or last name, whatever, if any field was empty, so we should display a message that these fields are required. So for that, let's come here and we will create first of all we will create the states. Okay, so let's create an object const. We will write just forum data, or forum object is equal to use state. We will use state, okay, to create this object. And we have name, first name, by default empty string, last name, and then we have the email, password, and confirm password. So this is the object that we have created. Okay, these are the default values that we assigned. So now whenever we write something in these input fields, we should store those values inside these variables. Okay, to store them, let's come here to the first name. Okay, the first name, this input field. Okay, here I will write at the end unchange event. Okay, we will use unchange event. Whenever we are writing something, we will store that data inside that variable. So now we will create an arrow function, and here we will call this function. Okay, sorry, whenever we are using use state, so we should write like this. Sorry, okay, forum data comma set forum data. We should call this method, okay, to assign values to these variables are updated. So just come here. So here we will get an event, and here we will call set forum data, and we will assign, we will just update the first name. Okay, so to update it, we will write like this. Okay, here we will write the data, forum data, and here we will just assign to the f name e.target event.target value. What I did, I will explain. Okay, whenever we write something in this input fields, okay, so we will call this function. Okay, this is an arrow function with us. Okay, so whenever we call this, we will then use inside this function we call this set forum method. Okay, this one, whenever we call it, so we are updating just this first name property. Okay, so this is a spread operator, these three dots mean. Okay, so first of all we would like to just try spread operator and then our object. Okay, object name, it means that just take all the previous properties and update the first name to assign event.target, that the value that I am writing to this f name, okay, to the first name. So we will do the same thing, just copy, we will copy this line, and we will do the same thing for all the input fields. Just we will update this second value. Come here to the last name, right here we will just update our last name here, and come here to the email. For the email we will update email, and now come here to the password. You can create a separate function also, okay, to handle these input fields, but I have changed the data inside these arrow function. Okay, this is password with us, and let's move to the confirm password. Here we will call c password, save it. So now whenever we press this submit button, okay, this sign up button, so we should call a function. Okay, so let's come here to the forum, to this forum. Okay, in this forum now we will call on submit event, on submit, and we will call handle submit function. Let's move to handle submit function. We will create that now. Const handle submit, okay, is equal to, it is an arrow function, and we will get an event here, e.prevent default. We will prevent the default submission. Now let's console the data of this forum data. Okay, object console.log forum data. Save it, and let's move to our browser. Just come here and let's move to the console. On the console, let's come here to the console. So let's refresh it the data, and here we will just write, close this, let's write here the data. Let's press sign up button. Okay, see, we got this data. Okay, let's check it. See, we have this C password is confirm password was empty. Okay, we have email, first name, last name, and password. We have all these things. Okay, so we got our data inside those variables. So now we will just perform validation on this. So for the form validation, I will write code in the same file. We can write it in a separate file also, but I will write the code in the same file. Okay, so first of all, I will create two state variables. Okay, const. One is for errors. Okay, to set our errors inside that. Set errors is equal to use state. The second one is const, that is for valid or not valid. Set valid is equal to use state. By default it is true, and also it is in object type with us. Now let's start our coding to validate forum. Okay, so whenever we come here, instead of this console, I will validate my code. Okay, let's just declare let is valid is equal to, I will assign true to this right now, and create another variable validation errors is equal to name an empty object. Now let's start our coding. Okay, app forum data dot if name was equal to with an empty string, or forum data dot if name was equal to with null. If that was null or empty string, so it means that our forum is not validated and the forum is required. So here I will just write now is valid is equal to false, and also validation errors dot first name is equal to first name required. Okay, we will assign this value. The same I will copy this for last name. I will just change this to last name. Copy this, paste it here also. In validation, that last name is equal to last name required. Now we will do it for our email validation. Okay, for the email validation, paste it. Email, okay, and it's false, and email is required. Else, if it was not empty or null, so we will check the validity of the email. Okay, if that was for example if it had the @ sign, the dot sign, and is it valid email or not. Else if not, I have a pattern now for the email. I will paste it here. Okay, this pattern means that accept all character without space, then plus sign. Okay, this plus sign means one or more character. After that we should have an @ sign. After that again accept all the characters without space, again plus sign, it means one or more character. Then we should have a dot sign. Okay, dot, after that again the characters plus one or more character. Dot test forum data dot email. So if it was not validated with this pattern, so then again we will do the same thing like this. We will display email is not valid. This was for email. Now let's move to the password. So for the password, let's copy the same thing, do it for the password and again here the password, copy this, paste it here, and password required, here password, and here now we will just validate the length of the password. Forum data dot password dot length was less than 6, for example. So then we will just, it is valid, not validated, and change it to the password. Password length at least 6 character. So this was the password for the password. So now let's move to the confirm password. If forum data dot c password was not equal to with forum data dot password, so then we will do the same thing. Okay, let's copy this and paste it here, and this is c password with us, and c password. So let's change, not match. Now let's come here at the end. Now I will write, okay, if object dot keys validation errors, okay, validation errors, that length was equal to with 0, so just alert registered successfully. We will register it at the server later. Okay, so now I will just display this message. Now let's display the errors. Okay, just come here at the top of the forum. I will display all the errors. Okay, on the top of forum. So to display all the errors, just come here and let's do one thing else. Here I will use these two state variables. Okay, set errors and set valid. Set errors is equal to with the validation errors, set valid. Okay, set valid is equal to is valid. I will assign this to that. Okay, now here I will use ternary operator. If is valid, what was the variable name? Well, just valid. Okay, if valid, it means if it was true, it means that our forum is okay. Okay, it is valid. So then we will just display nothing. Okay, then we will display nothing. If else, if there was any error, so then I will display all the errors. I will display the errors at the same place. Okay, you can display under this area. Okay, under name you can display the name, under last name you can display the last name, under password you can display the password also, but I will display all the errors at the same place. Okay, on the top of the forum, and I will assign a class name text danger. Let's display now the errors. Okay, to display the errors, I will write for validation errors dot first name. Okay, then I will display just question mark errors dot last name. Then I will display errors dot email. Okay, after that let's display errors dot password and errors dot c password. Yeah, I think it will work. Yeah, let's check it now. Okay, what happened? Let's come here, and we came here. Let's refresh our page. Let's press the submit button. What happened? See, we displayed the errors are here, but we should display them here under this. Okay, this area. So let's come here. Let's cut this code, and we should display that on the top of, where should we display? Under from the create account. Okay, under from this area. Here, save it, appreciate, and sign up. C, first name required, last name required, email required, password required. Okay, so now let's, first of all we will write a name. Okay, so let's write these things and let's press sign up button. Now see, just password required. Okay, so just come here, I will write password 3, sign up. C, password length at least 6 character, and C, password not match 6, sign up. C, password not match, sign up, register successfully. That means our validation done successfully. Okay, so now let's move and we will just register our record data inside a JSON server. So for that we need, just come here, first of all we should move to the terminal. Okay, let's move to the terminal, create a new terminal, and let's move cd auth, and here we will run this server, this, okay, JSON server, then watch _watch, after the db.json, it will create automatically this db.json, then we will assign a port number. Okay, port number 8000 for example. Okay, so let's press enter. What happens? See, we faced with an error, so I think let's add npx at the start. Npx, what happened? See, the server has run, okay, successfully. So now let's check our db.json which has generated. Okay, just come here to the db.json. This is our file. Okay, we have posts inside our file and comments. Okay, profile, post, and comments. So I will remove all those things. Let's come here and I will remove all these things. After removing those things, I will change it to the users, and after that here we will then register our users. Let's save it. Okay, now let's move to this URL. Okay, let's copy this URL, or we can control and press this button and we will move to our this URL. See, we came to the users, but we have just one right now here because we don't have any record there. Let's move to our Chrome browser, and here I will open our users. Right now we don't have any records, an empty array. So now we will register users there. And just come here to the registration, control V8, and so whenever we came here, it means that everything was okay, our forum was valid. So then we should register the record. So register the record, we will use Axios library for that. Axios. Okay, let's import first of all the Axios. Import Axios from Axios. After importing that, let's come here now. Axios.post, we would like to post the data, then our URL. So let's copy our URL. This is our URL where we want to register our records. So after that we will pass our data. Where is our data? Our data is inside forum data. Then we will get a result. Okay, so let's console the result. Console.log result dot catch error. If there was any error, console.log error. Let's save it and let's run it. Okay, what happened? Let's move and let's come here to the forum, replicate, and let's reinsert a record. Let's insert password 6 and let's press sign up button. See, sign up. Let's check it. Okay, I think we removed the alert. Okay, we removed the alert. So now let's check our file. Let's come here and appreciate. See, a new record is inserted. App name, email, password, C password, and ID. ID has also automatically attached with that. Okay, this is the ID, first ID. Okay, the ID has attached with that automatically. So this was our first registration that we done. Okay, successfully. So now whenever we logged in, so we should move back to login page. Okay, to the login the system, and also we should display an alert. Okay, that record has created successfully. So for that let's remove this. I will create an object. First of all, I will display an alert. Registered successfully. Okay, registered successfully. And after that we will use navigate hook, okay, to move back to the login page, or we can move to the home page. Let's move to the login page. Okay, import, or I will just write use navigate hook. Use navigate hook that has imported from React Auto.mc. Use navigate. Now let's create an instance of that. Const navigate is equal to use navigate. After creating the instance, now just come here to the last area. Okay, here I will move to the login page. /login. Save it. Let's move to our home page. We are on the registration page. Let's register. Change our email, password. See, register successfully, and okay, we came directly to the home component. See, we came directly to the home component, to the login component, sorry. Okay, to the login component. So it was all about our registration that we done successfully. Okay, this was the first part, and in the second part we will implement our login. Okay, this was the registration. In the second part we will implement the login, okay, with this JSON server. So I hope this video was helpful for you. For the second video I will drop the link in the description, so you can watch that also. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Please watch the second video also. Thanks for watching.